Hello, today I am going to talk on chatbots. Did you ever tried to contact support person of any company? If yes, you might be well aware of the process. Most of the time, that process is slow and annoying. The reason behind that is representative is looking into multiple CRMs or ERP softwares, doing manual queries, and that leads into slow responses. Right now, we are living in the world of speed and accuracy. We want everything quicker and accurate. Then, how can we achieve this speed and accuracy in such processes? The answer is simple: chatbots. So, what is a chatbot? A chatbot can do a smart conversation with customer based on artificial intelligence techniques applied in order to build that chatbot. For example, you are talking with a chatbot on movie choices. Then chatbot will ask you couple of questions which generally comes into human mind while discussing with each other. Even chatbot has ability to look into huge amount of data and pick out the best for customer in very less time. Oh wow, this is really cool. And the superb news is you can develop your own chatbot very easily. Now, you might be thinking, cool, but I want to develop a sample chatbot, and you said chatbots are based on some AI techniques and I don't know anything about AI. Then, how could you say that you can develop your own chatbot? Friends, no need to worry on this part because IBM Watson developed a service for creating chatbots very easily. So today I am going to show you how you can develop your own chatbot using IBM Watson. Let's go to IBM Watson services catalog and look into the Watson services. You can see here in IBM Watson there are several intelligent services present, but for building our chatbot we need conversation service or conversation API. Okay, let's go into conversation API. Now here you can see the information about conversation API, and you can create your conversation API or conversation service by clicking this button, create. So IBM Watson is now creating our conversation service. Well, now you can see on this page you can rename your service or you can delete your service. Okay, I will rename this service. Let's say sample chatbots and save it. Okay, now our service name is changed. So here in this page you can see one button, launch tool. Once you create the service, you need to go into this launch tool. Okay, using this tool you can build and train your own chatbot. Now here, once you go inside launch tool, then it has several workspaces, each pointing to a chatbot. Okay, here they have given one example of car dashboard. We will create our own workspace for movie recommendations. So let's create that. Let's say movie chatbot or movie recommendation chatbot. Let's give some description. This is sample chatbot for discussing about movies. Create. Well, now your workspace is created. Here you can see three main tabs: intents, entities, and dialog. So let me quickly explain what are the intents. Okay, an intent is a purpose or goal expressed in a customer's input, such as answering a question or processing a bill payment. By recognizing the intent expressed in the customer's input, conversation can choose the correct dialogue flow for responding to it. For example, customer is asking questions to chatbot on sci-fi movies or some adventure movies, then the intent will be sci-fi or adventure. We need to specify intent so that bot can understand what exactly he needs to look for answering your question. Entities. Entities represents class or any object or any data type, and that is relevant for user's purpose. For example, city. City is an entity, or you can give several name of cities into that entity. For example, New York, Boston. So whenever user input about any city, then chatbot automatically detects that is an entity. Now let's start by creating some intent. You can create intent by clicking this create new button. I will create my first intent, but before creating those intent, we need to understand what are the rules for creating an intent. In the intent name field, type the descriptive name for that intent so that anyone else who is working on this chatbot can understand easily what this intent belongs to or what is the purpose of this intent. So I will create one intent. Greeting. Now, so here is one rule you need to follow while creating intent. The intent name must be alphabetical characters, number characters, underscore, dashes and periods, but without any space between that. So this is valid intent name. Now there are some examples you need to tell your chatbot so that it can easily detect intent based on those user examples. For example, hi, hello, how are you? So these are the greetings we used to say whenever we meet any person. Okay, so once you're done with this intent, you can press this done button. Now let's create one more intent. Remember, we are developing this chatbot for movie recommendation. So I will create 2 more intents or 3 more intents, one for movies, so that this chatbot can detect whether user is speaking about movies. Let's say I want to see one movie, or can you suggest me about movies? Okay, now we are done with this intent as well. We will create another intent for adventure related movies. Here we will add a couple of statements or couple of questions. I'll say I like adventure movies, or simply I like adventures. We are done with this intent too. Now we will create one more intent. Let's say sci-fi, and some examples like I like sci-fi movies, I like science fiction movies. Cool, we are done with this as well. Now we are having 4 intents: greetings, movies, adventures and sci-fi. Now coming to the entities. As I told you, entity is referring to any data type or any object. So let's create one entity. I'll say city. I'm not creating these entities for our chatbot. This is just to show you how entities gets created in IBM Watson and how you can use those entities in your conversation, that we will see in other video. For example, let's say New York, Boston, Shanghai. Okay, so we have added 3 example entities which are belongs to 3 examples which are belongs to entity city. You can see one radio button here, or one button here, which is for fuzzy matching. This is off by default, but I will make it on. So when we turn this flag on, fuzzy matching, then it will save you from spelling mistakes. How? That I will show you. Here is one button of Ask Watson. So you can try your chatbot using this window. Right now Watson is training based on data created by you. So we will wait for some time. Till that time Watson will get our chatbot ready for us.